Okay, so we're joined by Josh Wright after Aveley 0, Ebbsfleet 0. Josh, just first of all, what are your thoughts on this pre-season match today?
Yeah, look, Katie, it's very early days of where we're at. We've had a really big couple of weeks, a couple of in-house games in and amongst that. But I won't shy away. I lie to you that the boys have given absolutely everything now for 2 weeks and in very hot heat, as we all know. But that was the plan. It was the plan to come into this game leggy, come into it tired, because it's part and parcel. But that's probably the two of the toughest weeks that they're going to do, probably in their careers, I think some of them would say. But that was all in place. That was what we wanted to do. But in terms of the actual game, I thought first half we showed some really good stuff. Really good stuff. What we want to be about, what we've been trying to work on, what we're trying to show them day to day in training, and exactly what they've done today is exactly what we've been working on. I was very impressed with a lot of the stuff. Scoreline aside, win, lose or draw in pre-season, it's not the ultimate. The main thing is the fitness side of things, coming through injury free, and that's exactly what we've done today. Second half got a little bit bitty at times, a little bit slower tempo, a little bit more stop-start, a little bit more scrappier. They grew into the game a little bit, in fairness to Aveley, but we had one or two, obviously, trialists and young John come on as well, who I thought done really well again when he came on, and one or two boys playing some extra minutes. But look, all in all, on the whole, I thought the boys put in a good showing, especially the fact that they've come into it very leggy today, very tired, but they've come through it. From what I can gather in there, there's no real issues, there's no niggles, no pains, which is the main thing and my main concern. And it's the first of a few to come up. And next week, obviously, we've got 2 games. Some boys will start to get more minutes on Tuesday and then switching it over on Saturday. But at the moment, it's all going to plan.
Just on those minutes, so you've played 2 different sides in those 45 minutes. Is that sort of the approach you're going to take, or will we see sort of a difference, more 60 minutes and then 30 minutes, sort of that sort of approach?
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 missing today because of a little bit of tightness or a little knock or a niggle. So that's why, obviously, we had the odd trialist and the young boy and 1 or 2 doing some extra minutes. But we've built up now. We've had a really solid, strong 2 weeks in terms of that core base fitness. And now we'll start to see on Tuesday night against West Ham, there'll be a larger group that will probably do more 60 minutes. So they'll go again, stop at half time, get themselves prepared again to go for another sort of 15, 20 minutes. And then the rest will come on. The rest of the group will come on and finish the last sort of 30. And then that will switch against Leyton Orient at home again next Saturday, which will be a nice test for us at this stage of our pre-season. The other boys will get their 60 minutes in and the others will do 30. So we're balancing it where they all get enough minutes that we go into the start of the season, where we build it up 75s and 90s, but where everyone gets a nice fair share of their minutes, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, getting that fitness, getting that base, if you like, as well as on the training ground, working on what we want to be, what our tactics are going to look like, what our style and what we're going to be about as a club. So it has to all marry together, it has to gel together, but we'll start to see boys get more minutes as of Tuesday.
And even though the scoreline was 0-0, there was still plenty of positive to take, obviously a clean sheet at the back, and there was still plenty of attacks at the front.
Yeah, look, I think we needed to score first half. We should have scored first half, in truth. I try not to, honestly, look at the result too much. As you say, a clean sheet, if you want to start talking, obviously, on that lines away from home, is what we're going to try and build a foundation off. We want to keep as many clean sheets and keep the totals down to 0s and 1s as much as we can. Of course, you want to hit the back of the net, but as I say, over the course of the 90 minutes, there was a lot of positives. We'll debrief it, we'll break it down, we'll look at it on Monday morning in the meeting, we'll look at the good stuff and we'll look at some of the bad stuff. Still a lot of new boys, we have to gel them together. They've really mixed and gelled together in the first 2 weeks that we've had. As I say, it was a little bit more makeshift second half with because of 1 or 2 boys missing out of the main group who weren't involved today. But nevertheless, they all give it a go. It become a little bit, maybe the heat, maybe their legs second half. But I thought first half, some really good openings. You see what we want to be about. You see the runs we were making. You see the areas we were getting into, the way we were keeping the ball, trying to play out, then playing in their half. And I was impressed with quite a lot of stuff today.
And then finally, just looking ahead to the West Ham game, it's obviously 4 home games in quick succession. Was that important for you to do it like that, to do the 2 away, 4 home and then 2 away for this pre-season?
Yeah, listen, I don't want to overuse the pitch. I'm big on having a very nice pitch, and it's looking very good. Obviously, they've got 1 more rugby on it in a couple of hours from now, which is all good, and then the pitch will be getting ready for the football. And I think it's nice to have some home games in pre-season. So, of course, the fans come to the away games, and they tend to be quite local, obviously, with the way we've tried to do it. But yeah, I wanted a base of some home games to really get used to the pitch, get the boys used to the dimensions and what it's like, what the surroundings are like, because it's part and parcel of getting used to a new football club. But I'm excited. We've got some really good games at home. Obviously, starting with West Ham, it's the only 21 side that we're going to play, and then Leyton Orient will be a really good test. Obviously, Gillingham which is another big club in the Football League, are coming to us. And then we obviously play Kings Lynn on the Saturday, which at pretty much the same level. It is the same level, but the northern section who made the playoffs, that'd be a good test for us as well. But we've also got the couple of the away games to come after that. So it didn't have to necessarily be in that order, Katie, but at the same time, I wanted to have a minimum of 3/4, maybe even one more, but definitely 4 games at home to showcase what we're going to be about at home. And they should be good tests, and we're looking forward to it, and welcoming all the fans back on Tuesday and going into Saturday as well.
Well, thank you for talking to us, Josh, and we'll see you Tuesday.